Alright YouTube, what is up? Today I wanted to talk about something fun for me, so please indulge me. What am I going to talk about? So, I play in this band. It is a karaoke band and we play a lot of stuff, a lot of different music, like really hard rock stuff, but also funk and soul stuff. You know, basically all the things that people want to sing, you know. So, and recently we've added "In the End" by Linkin Park to the set list. So when I found out we were gonna play that song, I was like, I have to make a patch in the Helix or the HX Stomp for this song, so I can get the right sound and the right tuning, which is something we're gonna talk about in a minute. So the Helix and the HX Stomp I've been using for a number of years now. It's a really cool product. I use it a lot. Basically all of the stuff that you hear on my channel is all HX Stomp. Although I'm planning to use the Blackstar St. James a lot more in the future. That's a cool amp. It also has a direct recording out, so you don't have to have the noise in the room, you know. And with the baby sleeping right now, of course it's better to not make a bunch of noise. Alright, so the HX Stomp. I've built this preset in the HX Stomp, and if you like this preset, I'm gonna make it available for you guys to download and to try out for yourselves. So read the description on how to get that and where to get that and all that stuff. So, but first I'm gonna let you hear the sound. So that's of course the distortion sound, but there's also a clean part with harmonics on the G and B string. So that goes like this. So that's how that goes. Why am I using a Tele for this? Alright, so because as you might know, the Linkin Park stuff is mostly humbucker guitars and especially the large riffs and stuff. When I play with this band, I tend to use my Strat or my Tele, but mostly my Strat actually. But that right now doesn't have a single coil in the bridge, so I went with the Tele to demonstrate how good this sounds. I think it sounds good with a single coil pickup. But of course, it also sounds good with humbuckers. So I'm gonna get my PRS, which is a lot more like the guys from Linkin Park play, and I'm gonna show you that it still works with the humbucker guitar. Alright, so I've plugged in the PRS DGT and we're gonna hear how this sounds. Of course, the clean stuff. So that sounds even closer, I think. So let's get into the preset and what I've used to get this sound. So let's begin not at the beginning of the chain, but with the amp. So amp that I'm using is a rectifier, which makes sense because Brad, the guy from Linkin Park, he's known for using rectifiers. A lot of bands from that era are, so like the guy from Limp Bizkit, Wes Borland, and all those kind of 2000s, late 90s metal bands, hard rock bands, Nickelback as well. They've all been using pretty much, well, I'm not sure if they exclusively used rectifiers, but they have been using them a lot. So I figured that is where I want to go. And lo and behold, it sounds great. Yeah, so the rectifier, these are the settings. Yeah. I have been using an impulse response of a 4x12 Bogner V30 plus T75 speakers cabinet, and that actually sounds very good. I've been using two cabinets, so the A cabinet and the B cabinet, and they're both the same. But what I did, and I think we can look at that right here. Yeah, I've done a delay between the two so that there is like the right one or the left one. I'm not entirely sure which one. Maybe I can hear it. I think the right one is the delayed one, but I'm not sure. But it gives you the stereo image of like a guitar track being played in mono, but 2 times and then panned to all the way to the left and all the way to the right. So this gives a little bit of that vibe, which is necessary because I'm the only guitarist in that band. We're with a drummer, bass player, keys player, and then I'm the guitarist. And we have a singer that kind of helps the people on their way in the songs and stuff. But I'm the only guitar player, and you still want the big guitar sound. And it's also just fun to have the stereo guitars. So that sounds great. Yeah, so I have been using these cabs. I also had some very good results with the rectifier cabinet from the HX Stomp. All right, so yeah, we're still on the distortion side because the clean side has a different amp. So let's go to the distortion side first. I have a tube screamer at the beginning of the chain, which is almost a no-brainer to kind of tighten the low end of the rectifier and give it some mids, and it sounds great. Without it, so it's also a little bit more compressed with the screamer, with the tube screamer, and a little bit more like less open sounding, but I think it still sounds good. And then we're at the most important part of this preset, which is the pitch block. So a lot of Linkin Park songs are in drop C sharp, so they're like drop D, but then the whole guitar another half step down, or if you want to say tune a half step down and then tune in a drop tuning, which is drop C sharp. So what I did, I tuned drop D. Look, I'm gonna turn this off right now. So it's a half step down. It works fairly good, I think. You can get some artifacts when the strings sustain and they have less output at the end of the tail of like a sustained chord, because then it has a little bit of a hard time tracking the right notes. But it does a good job. If you're going like 1 semitone or 2 semitones down, or maybe 3, then it does okay. But if you're going further than that, it's gonna be a little bit problematic. But for live use, this is no problem. People are not gonna hear this. You're not gonna hear it yourself even. So, or maybe you do sometime. But it's such a little a little small problem that I don't think it's all that bad. So that's an important part. All right, so and then for the clean tones, I'm gonna go over to the clean snapshot. So the first snapshot is called rock, and the clean snapshot is called clean. Big deal. So the pitch block is still engaged. The tube screamer block is not engaged anymore. There's a compressor, the deluxe comp. It's set like this. Then the amp is the archetype clean. I just looked for a good clean amp, and this one sounds great. So with the speakers, I turned the delay off, so it's like right in the middle. So there are still two cabinets, but it's not that the one cabinet is delayed, you know. And there's also a stereo delay, which does this. Don't know if you guys could hear that, but there was some artifact stuff going on. So yeah. So this is kind of what I've been using for the In the End song, and I really like to recreate some presets for the Helix of the Helix or the HX Stomp for like different songs, and so I've been doing that, so I can show you guys some more presets for songs that I've been playing with the band. So if you would like to see that and also like to be able to download that stuff, just hit me up in the comments. So guys, thank you so much for watching. This was a lot of fun for me. Let me know if you also found this fun, and also let me know if you think I came close to the original. So then, of course, there is again the request to like and subscribe to the channel, because my goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm now at like 730 or 750. I'm not entirely sure. I should be able to accomplish this in like the coming 3 months, I hope. So please like, please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks guys, bye.